Hello Captains, your host Brent Justice here. Welcome to my channel, Just Gaming for Us. This video is all about Star Trek Online, specifically Season 18 called Awakening of Star Trek Online. Before we begin, I am trying something new. I have a new computer build, completely new computer from the ground up. So please let me know how the recording volume is for you. Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? Can you hear me over the game? Is it crackly? Is the game volume too loud or too soft? Please let me know how it sounds. I'm dialing in that volume, correctly and need that feedback. Also, I am doing something I've tried a couple of times, but now I think I'm going to stick with it, but I do want your feedback about this. I am recording Star Trek Online now at 4K. That's right, 4K resolution. So this is 3840 by 2160, something like that. That is the resolution I'm going for. It is 4K and 2160, yeah. 3840 by 2160. I don't know why that is a problem for me. I'm recording this game at 4K. So let me know if you like it or not. Simple as that. The HUD is the biggest problem with the game. You cannot scale it high enough, in my opinion. If you go to options and right here, you will see I have the interface scale maxed out at 2.0. That's as big as I can make it. If I made it a 1, which is the default, I just want to show you what that looks like at 4K. At 1, look how tiny everything is. I mean, you just can't see anything. I can't see anything. Look at my hotbar. That ain't gonna work. 2 is as big as you can make it. But honestly, I'd rather have an option to go up to like 2.5 to give me some more room to play with. So the HUD is still kind of smaller than it normally was at the previous resolution I recorded at 1440p. So that's one of the issues that I have at running at 4K, is the HUD being too small for me. But I think I can live with it. I think I can adjust to it because I really like playing at 4K because the game looks so much better at the higher resolution. But you guys let me know what you think. How is performance for you? I'm, trying to get an average of 60 FPS here. How does that translate in the video to you? Do you notice any performance spikes or dips or drops when you're watching my video? And the quality. What does the quality look like to you? And also the size of everything. How can you see it on a smaller screen? Like if you play this video on your phone, is that going to look good at 4K? So this is a bit of a tester video for you and me both to see if we can record and play this game real well at 4K. I'm trying it. If it works out and most people like it, then I'm going to stick with it. But if not, I will go back down to 1440p. So let me know in the comments below. Next, okay, let's get into Awakening. Now, if you have not seen my new news update video that I posted on Awakening, watch that first. It goes over what is new in Star Trek Online with Awakening. Very detailed. It's 30 minutes long. And then after that, you can watch the patch video, which goes over all the new things they included in the patch for Awakening. If you are in-game, like I am, you can also go to this little triangle and click on, go to the question mark and click on What's New in Awakening. And right here, quite simply, it tells you what is new. It tells you that there's a new episode that you can go play called Beneath the Skin. It tells you that there's a new task force operation called Mycelial Realm, a TFO that you go play. It tells you that there are new patrols, 5 new patrols that you can play, and a new patrol system to access them. This other thing called the Crisis Event is the culmination of all of these things, culminating into you getting an Elachi Tier 6 frigate. Now, I'm going to go over in this video where all these things are, where you go to go do these things. This probably will not be a long video because, as you can see, what's new here with Awakening is very short. It is very small in scale. There's not a lot here to do. Most of what's here to do is of a repetitive nature. And that's the way it's set up. They mean for you to play these things like the TFO and the patrols over and over and over and over and over and over. Computer, stop program. Thank you. That's what these events are all about. So there's not a lot of events. And again, the goal there is because they want you to keep playing them repeatedly. That's where the fun comes in for them. So, all right, the first thing you want to do to enjoy what's new with Awakening is to play the new featured episode. It's just one mission. That's all we get. So if you go to here and you go to here and you go to Jaula's Discovery at the bottom, you will now see a new mission called Beneath the Skin. Jaula forces launch a surprise assault on Andoria using a new superweapon. So that's the new mission you want to play. I'm not going to play it right this second in this video, but I will do a Let's Play of it in a separate video.
This is Captain
The
Kumarke
reward...
of the LSS Riskava.
The reward is a personal repulsion shield, it looks like.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Riskava. My research group is...
and an Alachi Bridge Officer. That could be unique. I'm looking forward to an Alachi Bridge Officer. I do love the Alachi in this game. Their design, how they operate, they live in subspace, they're very technologically advanced, you know. They are a servitor of the Iconians. The Alachi are a great species in this game, so to have an Alachi character, Bridge Officer, that could be very cool. I would enjoy that. But the other reward, the personal repulsion shield, meh on that reward. What kind of reward is that? So, as you see here, under Jaula's Discovery, you have Parapacum, which was already here, Illusion of Communication, then Beneath the Skin, and now you're going to have 5 new patrols as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the patrols. Sentinels, Rescue and Search, Within the Briars, the Ninth Rule, and Ruins of Doom. Now, interestingly, these are in the mission journal and not just in the new patrol event menu. So it's kind of now confusing because what used to be just for missions, well, these are just small little tiny patrols that you can repeat, and they are not missions, but yet they put them in the mission journal like they are missions, and that's confusing. Because all of the other patrols in the game are not in the mission journal. None of them, not a single one, are in the mission journal. So only these 5 somehow get to be in the mission journal, while all the other patrols that exist in all the sectors and quadrants out there do not. That is completely unfair to all the other patrols that are already in the game. So I'm not sure what their plan is for the future here, but it's confusing to say the least. Confusing, because they just should not be in the mission journal because none of the others are, unless they go and put all of the others in the mission journal. If they did that, okay, that would be different, but they haven't. They're singling these 5 new out. So I don't know what the plan here is, but I can guarantee you in the future we're going to see this change somehow. They love to do that. Whatever they put here in the mission journal, a few patches later, they'll change the order of it all around. They always do that. So I'm not sure that this is actually how it will remain forever. But right now, this is one place where you can go to find the patrols is in the mission journal. But I'm going to show you a different way, and that's the new event menu, but we haven't got there yet. So anyway, the first thing to go play is Beneath the Skin. Go play that. That's the new mission. It's just one mission. But again, it's not enough for the Discovery faction. So you have under Age of Discovery, look at all the missions that you have. By the way, I'm on a Discovery character right now. This is my Discovery faction character, Mirror Ricky. So this is the character that I did a whole series on, a whole playthrough of on the on the Discovery faction. So this character has access to all the Discovery missions. And you can see that we have the plausibility of the possible, then the impossibility of reason, then secrets, and then downfall. Now after downfall, you're thrust into the 25th century. So the only missions that take place in the past, or in the, quote, Discovery era, are these missions: the plausibility of the possible, impossibility of reason, and secrets and downfall. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 missions in the Discovery era. And then you are now in the 25th century, and even though you're in the 25th century, we get to play Parapacum, Illusion of Communication, and now Beneath the Skin. But again, these are all in the 25th century. These are not in the Discovery era. So even though I'm on a Discovery character, any character can play those missions. I can play those as a regular Starfleet Federation captain. And so really the only unique missions to a Discovery era character are these 4. 4 missions do not make a faction. They just don't. It doesn't work. It's not enough. If once you get to the 25th century, all the missions are shared, and you can get the same missions, Jo'ula's Discovery missions, under a regular Federation captain, what in the heck is the point of a Discovery faction character? The only point is to play 4 unique missions. So it just blows my mind completely that they just have not finished this faction. They've spent all this time. This is 2019. They've spent this entire year on Discovery era content, but they've only given us 4 Discovery missions that are unique to the Discovery faction. What in the heck? How is that a faction? How is that a complete faction? Why haven't they taken the time, if they really wanted to be, quote, lockstep with the Discovery era and a live TV show, why haven't they given us proper missions and proper faction? I mean, don't do a half-arsed job on this. Give us the whole thing. And that's what I'm frustrated about. Even though I dislike the Discovery era content, or having that, I just don't feel the Discovery era stuff fits the game. It's not in the theme of Star Trek Online, not even in the same era. But if you're gonna have it, give it to us all the way. Don't give it to it. Don't tease us with it. That's even worse. This is a tease. That's all it is. It's a tease to appease CBS, maybe. I don't know what, but it's just a tease, and it's not enough. So yes, I am very vocal and angry about that, because I enjoy the game, and I want them to actually do it properly. I don't just want to have this dangled in front of my face like, ooh, a little tease, but that's all we're going to give you. Do it right or go home. Anyway, sorry for my little rant there. Okay, so Beneath the Skin, that's the first mission you want to go play with Awakening. I guess that's going to finish the Jo'ula storyline. I don't know. I hope it does. But that's that. Alright, moving on. The next thing you want to play is the new TFO, okay? And you can go right under here, and Mycelial Realm, right here at the top. As you do. You can also go to, I guess, Discovery Marks? Yeah, under Discovery Marks. Go to Mycelial Realm, and you do only have a normal skill version. There's only one skill version of this. This is a featured TFO, so it's going to add points toward getting the Tier 6 Elachi ship. And so does Beneath the Skin, by the way. It adds points too. But Mycelial Realm, only one challenge level of it, and you can join that by clicking the box and go join that TFO. I guess there's a cooldown every 20 minutes or so, and but you can only get a certain amount of points per day. So you cannot keep getting points over and over and over again. You only get a certain amount per day. It says Jo'ula's EM dart probes are damaging the Mycelial Realm while causing it to overbloom with spores. Fight off deranged Elachi and disable her probes to prevent the Mycelial Realm from succumbing to total ecological catastrophe. I haven't played it yet. Looking forward to it. Going to do a let's play of it in a video for the first time. But otherwise, yeah, that's the thing. That's the TFO you want to go do, and you want to play it over and over and over and over and over again. That's what Cryptic intends for you to do with this, is to play that TFO over and over and over, getting your marks, getting your points, and on and on and on and on and on. Now let's go to one of the new things here, and that will be the event tab for the patrols and everything else. I think that's under here. I'm wrong. Of course, it's not under there. It's under... Where is it under? Oh, it's under patrols. No, it's not under patrols. It's under... Although that is something new I hadn't seen. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. We do have a patrols menu, or tab now. We'll have to talk about that in a second, because I was hoping they would have that. But that's not what I'm looking for right this second. Where do I go for it? I actually don't know where to go for this thing. Maybe it's under your mission. Oh, there it is. Events. Okay, so it's under your mission journal. So you can hit, hold on. You can hit J, which should open your journal. So J for journal. Or you can just hit the little open mission journal button here. And then right next to overview is events. Okay, so click events. This is the new event menu. This is a completely new menu here. Status live. The special event that's going on right now is called Mycelial Crisis. And that is made up of 3 things. It's made up of the episode Beneath the Skin, says right here. It's made up of the TFO Mycelial Realm. And it's made up of the 5 Mycelial Operation Patrols. Play your choice of this content to receive progress towards the grand prize. You may play any of this content multiple times, earning up the daily limit of 60 progress per day per account. After completing and claiming the grand prize, you can keep playing to earn a daily bonus reward to dilithium ore, which grows larger each day it is earned. The story so far. After a mishap caused by activating an experimental superweapon left Matriarch Jaula and many Klingons of House Mokai stranded 150 years in the future. They wasted no time in establishing themselves as a threat to the stability of the galaxy, at first merely fomenting rebellion and disarray. Matriarch Jaula has recently begun a campaign of terror in the Beta Quadrant, aided by a functioning new superweapon that utilizes mycelial energy. With this potent arsenal at her command, she has launched a series of attacks that affect the mycelial network, with potential apocalyptic consequences. Stand against this threat with Commander Paul Stamets to combat this mycelial crisis before it's too late. So that explains the story. Episode Beneath the Skin. So you would click play now, and
This is Captain Kumarke of the...
basically that launches the mission. You can play the TFO. I'm not going to click it right now because it would make me join a TFO. But you could click this straight from here and join the TFO. So you'll get 45 points toward the mission, 30 points each time you play the TFO, but I think that's only once a day. Only once a day, not continually throughout the day. And then the new patrols, Mycelial Operations, and these are 15 points each for the patrols. So here's how you access that, and then you can do the 9th rule, launch straight from here. You don't have to fly to the system, just launch straight to here. You got the Briar Patch, within the Briars, launch Rescue and Search, launch Ruins of Doom, launch Sentinels, launch. I like that. That's nice and easy to get to those patrols. You don't have to fly to the system for that, and takes you right to them. And here is the points area where you earn points. You can do up to 60 a day is your daily limit. You can buy it out. 6,000 is what it costs. Because I have a little on here already, 3%, I get a discount. So if you get points earned on this, and I've got 45 points earned, then I can actually get a little bit of a discount. It's only going to cost me 58.20 Zen instead of 6,000. So the more I do, the more that Zen number goes down, and you can maybe afford it. So maybe you only want to do like half the points. That would bring that down to 3,000 Zen instead of 6,000. I like that. That's a cool idea. That is a very cool idea. So you can kind of determine how much Zen you want to spend on it, if you want to spend Zen on it to complete it. You can just buy it out completely from the start, or you can play for several days and kind of reduce the cost of the Zen for yourself. Or just not spend any Zen at all and just play it until you get 1,200 points. And then the reward is, of course, the Qualsh, the Tier 6 Ilachi Qualsh frigate ship. That is the reward that you're going for. You can reclaim some past rewards from here. But that is the new Mycelial Crisis Special Events tab that they have created. This tab is brand new. There's also a featured and a seasonal, so they can add more things to this tab in the future. I like the idea of this tab. I'm glad we have a proper events tab now instead of just having to add it to your reputation. This makes a lot more sense than having to add activities to your reputation. Used to, before, you would have to go to your reputation and go to one that was called events and then add the event reputation. Well, that is totally bypassed now. That's gone. And now you just do this by the events tab. That's a lot better. I like this. This is a positive move forward. This UI here. This has been needed for a long time. So I give them kudos for that. The only thing I would say is, add maybe all the patrols here. But I guess these are the only ones that count. So that makes sense. I was going to rant a lot about the patrols before I just found this new thing. And where did I find it? Was it Task Force Operations? Yes. So under your PvE Task Force Operations, you've got Task Force PvP Private. They've added a new tab called Patrols. Now, this is new to me. I didn't, from reading the news that I did, the news item video that I published yesterday, I didn't see mention of this tab there. But it seems they have put this tab there. I didn't know this was here. So I was about to go rant and say they need a patrol tab, a way to access all the patrols in the game without having to fly to each system manually, or without having to go to sector space and fly to each system. Because as a new player, you wouldn't know what exists in the game. You wouldn't know that these patrols exist. But it looks like they did, and I thank them for that. However, this can't be all the patrols. Because look, it says all patrols, right? This can't be, this isn't all the patrols. This isn't enough patrols to be all the patrols. So I don't know. They must not really have all the patrols under all patrols. Yeah, these are not all the patrols. There's way more than this. Oops, I didn't actually mean to go into it. I'll pop right back out of it. I didn't actually mean to go into it. So it does take you straight into the patrol. So there's a lesson on that. That's how that works. Oops. We can transport from here straight back to the Sol system. Okay. So launching the patrol takes you straight in the patrol. You saw that. You see how that works. But that's not all the patrols. There's way more patrols than that. So there's something still missing here with the patrols. It's not finished. Not by a long shot. Hurry up, game, because there's a lot of Delta patrols. I did a playthrough recently on a character called Omega in the Delta Quadrant. And I can link you to that series and watch all the previous missions. There's a lot of Delta Quadrant patrols. This is not all of them. This is nowhere near all the Delta Quadrant patrols. There's like, I don't know, a lot, but this is not all of them. So there is something, there's a lot missing here. There's a ton missing here. This is not complete. So I'm not happy. Wanted, engage, this is Argala, this is Kelsid, Nular, Farn, Brothra. There's a ton more than that. Ton more. Beta Quadrant, same here. And yeah, the Kinger system, Briarkern, there's way more Beta Quadrant missions. All the patrol. This is not, this is, I guess maybe they're still filling this out. Maybe they're just not ready to put them all up in here yet. But they need to get ready. They need to do that because there's way more patrols than this. I like this idea of the patrols, but they've got to finish it now. This is not all of them. Simply put, this is not all of them, not by a long shot. Also, I wonder if putting the patrols under the PvE task force operations is the proper place. Because these patrols are more like storyline missions rather than like TFOs. You know what I mean? So maybe they should put the patrols tab over here next to the mission in the mission journal tab. I think the patrols tab is misplaced. Needs to be like beside overview here, between overview and events. That's where the patrols tab should be. Or beside episodes, or right after episodes, because episodes are the missions. So maybe they need to rearrange these tabs. I would put patrols right after episodes, because you want to play the episode missions first, and then you can go play the patrols. Yeah, so the patrol tab needs to be moved from Task Force Operations to the mission journal next to episodes. That is my opinion. That would be easier to find for people and would make more sense because they're more storyline based. Also, they need to finish putting them all there because this ain't near all of them at all. There are a lot more. So I like where they're going with the patrols thing, but they need to finish it and they need to put it in a different place. But I'm glad they finally did it because we have been needing, I have thought all this time, it's been years since they've moved the patrols out of the mission journal, and I've been thinking to myself, why didn't they just make a patrol tab? That's all they had to do was make a tab called patrols, list them all there so you could access them. I mean, it's been years and they've just now done that. I mean, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? Seriously, come on. You took way too long to do that. Thank you for doing it, Cryptic, by the way, but you took way too long. Now you need to finish it. Please put all the patrols there. There's no reason they shouldn't be there. And it should tell you what sector they're in, not the quadrant. I mean, we know Beta Quadrant, and then here's the Beta Quadrant ones. Here's Delta Quadrant. But now you need to also subdivide them by sector. So like in this sector, here's these patrols. In this sector, here's these patrols, and they're all in the Beta Quadrant, for example. Little more organization there, but still, at least they're finally working on it. But now you got to finish it. Don't stop here. Again, this would be a half-hour's job if you just stopped right here. You don't stop right here. Finish it, please. Unlike you did with the missions for the Discovery faction. Now you need to finish this. So I don't have to go into a huge rant with patrols now, but there's still room for improvement, and thank you for finally doing it, but I think it should be moved into the mission journal since they are mission-oriented. They are not TFOs. They should not be thought of as TFOs. They should be thought of as mini-missions. In fact, one would say they should be thought of as side quests. That's what they are, side quests. Okay, well, moving on from that, that's it. That's Awakening. There ain't nothing else to show, folks. They did a visual update on the Vengeance. I may go take a look at that now because I do have a Vengeance ship ready to go, and or I got one equipped at least, so I can take a look at that. They said they changed impulse trails. I don't see a difference in the impulse trails. There's supposed to be some kind of visual difference in the impulse trails. I don't know. They look the same to me. Something about a dot being there if you go to full impulse. And if you're stopped, maybe. I don't know. I see no difference with them, but whatever. Let's go take a look at the Vengeance, though, because that one did get a visual update. And I do have a character with the Vengeance on it. That is the Kelvin Timeline ship. Who has you? The Valyard has you. I want to see what it looks like. I'm still dressed up for the summer event, apparently, on this character. And we're on Ryza. Let's get out of here. There it is. The Vengeance. Oh yeah, it does look different. So the Aztecing on it is different. I can't get a good shot in the light. Let's go to Soul. Off we go. Load now, please. Thank you. So Stamets, obviously, a big part of Awakening as well. Voice actor in the house. Make sure I don't have a visual shield on. No. Okay. So here it is. There's a good shot in the light. Yeah, I guess try to look at it real close here. I guess it looks a little different. Ooh, my window's not working correctly. Look at that, the transparency. There's no glass in the window part. So there's a visual bug right there they're going to have to fix. See, the window part up here is supposed to have glass in it. I can see right through it, so like the glass is not rendering correctly. I can see right through the ship, actually. I mean, right through the ship like it doesn't exist. So they have a visual bug with the transparencies or something there. Could be an alpha texture they're using or something like that. And it is not working correctly. By the way, Cryptic, if you're watching this, I am running a GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, and I am using the latest NVIDIA drivers at the time, and there's a visual bug. So you might want to take a look at that. I can see right through my ship. But I'm looking at the texture too, because that was supposed to change on this thing. I guess it changed. These lights look cool. I'm not sure of all the little tiny changes they made, but I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look that different from what it looked like before. I can see through these parts here. I don't know. I don't really remember what it looked like before, but it looks good. It ain't bad at all. Just need to fix that bug there with the window. Otherwise, yeah, sure, looks good. I know they made the visual changes. They're there. It looks fine. I thought it looked fine before, so whatever. Another thing they have updated with Awakening is the walking animation. So let's go walk on Space Dock here, and let's see if we notice anything while walking. I'm running. How do you make it walk? Is it, I don't know the... I don't know how to just walk. Apparently it's none of the combos that I'm pressing. I'm constantly in a jog, and I don't know any difference. I don't see any difference from that animation. Looks fine to me. How do you just walk? I've never just walked in this game. I wouldn't even know where to look. I don't know. Move forward, back, left, right, turn, auto, move forward, jump, oh, walk. I don't have anything set to walk. Well, that will do it. What about... Control W. There we go. Hope that didn't overwrite something. Alright, let's walk. There we go. Walking now. I don't know. I don't notice anything different because I never walked before in the first place. I always just run or jog. I guess that looks cool. Great. Nice. Was that worth it? I don't know. I'm going to walk right into this wall, apparently. Oh, why am I going sideways? I'm stuck. There we go. I just always jog. Who walks in this game? Honestly, who walks? Post down in the comments if you walk, because that's weird. Okay. Well, guys, that's Awakening. What is there to say? That is the update Awakening in Star Trek Online. There's not a lot. This is a small update. All this time we've been waiting for more updates, for them to finally get their act together with the Discovery stuff. It's never going to happen. We are never going to get a fully finished Discovery faction. It just ain't going to happen. And on top of that, everybody's sick and tired of Discovery stuff. That's why they needed to release it all at once. They should have waited and done this in like 2 big updates, 2 big parts, and been done with it. But instead, they gave us these tiny little updates, like 4 updates throughout the year. They're tiny little updates with tiny little things. They should have kept it all together and wait till they had more to release at once, and then release it as a big package rather than a small package. Then it would have seemed more significant, and I think a lot more people would have been interested in it if they had done it that way. But with just these small updates, nobody cares. And with Discovery, nobody really cares at all. That's even less care. People don't like Discovery, and they really don't want to see it in this game. I get it, why it has to be here, but do it right or go home. And it ain't being done right. At this point, I don't really want to see more Discovery stuff, but at the same time, I do want them to sometime, eventually one day in the future, finish the Discovery faction. Release one of those big ol' expansions where they give you like 15 or 20 missions and make that the Discovery faction and say, okay, we're finally done with it. Boom, there it is. That would be great. Like they did with Delta Rising. That would be really cool. They need to do that with the TOS faction as well. And the Romulan, and they could put a little more in for the Romulan stuff. But alas, this is probably all we're going to get. And honestly, it's all that people really want. Because this game, it's just not for the Discovery era stuff. The theme of it takes place in the 25th century. Discovery era stuff makes 0 sense in this game. Zero sense in this game. Just doesn't work. This game is not for the Discovery era. The Discovery era is not for this game. This game needs to continue moving forward. It should totally and 100% completely embrace Star Trek Picard. Absolutely. That's what's going to be next. That's moving the franchise forward instead of backwards. We're finally getting post-Nemesis stuff, not prequel stuff. Be done with the prequels. It's over. The past is the past. We should not go there. Unless you're going to do something cool like the Romulan War. We shouldn't go there. Go to the future. That's where you can innovate and be creative and make new things that people, whoa, hello there, that people won't complain about. Go to the future. Star Trek Picard is that future. Star Trek Online, Cryptic, embrace that future. Pull in everything you can from Picard. That's what we want to see. Do it. But Discovery, That's my opinion. You all may disagree, you may agree, you may hate me, you may love me. Whatever the case may be, that's my opinion. So, comment below what you think of Star Trek Awakening and all of that. I'm going to play the new mission. I'm going to play the new TFO. I'm going to play all the 5 patrols, and there's new Delta patrols too. I am going to play all of that in videos. So, I'll have a lighting bug too, apparently, there when I look at that. Ooh, come on. Everything went like real bright for a second. So we got a couple of visual bugs that really need to be addressed. But anyway, that's what we have. Let me know below what you think of all of that and what you think of running this in 4K now, how it looks to you. And I'm going to play all these new things that we have for Awakening and make new videos on that. So expect that throughout this week and next week as I cover all this new content in Star Trek Online. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.